Have you ever walked side by side with someone through a frozen, silent world, feeling the warmth of their presence while old wounds pull you both apart, like two flowers blooming in the same cracked soil, close enough to touch yet carrying the weight of winters that tried to separate you forever? That aching intimacy, the quiet pain of shared history and unspoken fears, lies at the heart of episode 5 of Agents of the Four Seasons, Dance of Spring, titled Alone Together, Futurabaki. Released on April 25 and 26, 2026, and streaming on Crunchyroll, this episode deepens the emotional core of Hinajuku and Sakura's journey after the early action and world-building of previous episodes. It shifts focus inward, revealing how trauma and loyalty shape their bond in a land still trapped in endless winter. You feel it right away. One moment you're carrying the tension of attacks and seasonal duties from earlier chapters. The next, you're walking dusty roads and frost-covered paths with them, smelling faint cherry blossoms fighting through the cold, hearing the soft crunch of snow underfoot mixed with distant, painful memories. This isn't loud battles or grand revelations. It's the heavy silence between two people who have survived too much together, pulling you in like those real-life moments when words feel too small for the history between you. Building on the spring pair's travels and the lingering threats from previous episodes, Episode 5 follows Hinajuku Keo, Agent of Spring, and her guard Sakura Himadaka as they approach the village of Spring. Through flashbacks and conversations, including between the winter pair, Rosei and Ateko, we see painful memories surface. Hinajuku's past with her mother, the previous Spring agent, and how Sakura became fiercely overprotective after Hinajuku's long disappearance. The episode mixes quiet travel with deep emotional reflection, ending on a tender note that strengthens their connection while hinting at bigger challenges ahead in restoring the seasons. Imagine standing there with them on the path to the village, the cold wind biting like forgotten loss, the rare warmth of a shared glance feeling like the first hint of spring after endless night. It feels deeply human, like carrying family scars while trying to move forward together. The pacing is deliberate and introspective, like a slow, careful thaw after deep frost, favoring character moments and backstory over fast action. It advances the main narrative by fleshing out Hinajuku's origins and the spring pair's dynamic, providing essential context for their current mission to restore balance. Flashbacks via exposition from Rosei and Ateko clarify Hinajuku's family ties and the attack that changed everything. No major twists, but the emotional revelations and village approach create strong forward pull and curiosity about future conflicts. Fans on Reddit and ANN often discuss the cloudy aspects of the insurgents' motives and world rules. The light novel offers deeper lore on seasonal succession and political tensions in the village of Spring, helping explain why these personal stories matter for the larger cycle. This episode grounds the fantasy in raw human cost. You're right there in the quiet moments, feeling the weight of every recalled memory like footsteps in deep snow. Hinajuku and Sakura shine with layered depth. Hinajuku's hidden wounds from her disappearance and family past make her quiet, sometimes regressive demeanor feel earned rather than simple. Sakura's overprotectiveness reveals her own traumas and fierce loyalty. Her choices feel consistent yet deeply moving. Their growth shows in small, authentic interactions. Supporting figures like the winter pair add contrast through their distant watchfulness. Dialogue feels natural and weighted with history. The episode powerfully explores loneliness even in closeness, the cost of protection, trauma's long shadow, and the hope of reconnection. These themes manifest in every hesitant step and embrace, echoing real human struggles, where love and fear walk hand in hand, much like historical tales of guardians and lost heirs. It asks, how do we heal when the person closest to us carries the same scars? Can shared silence become strength? Hope flickers against despair in their bond, reminding you of your own relationships tested by time and pain. New details about the village of Spring and seasonal succession enrich the universe, adding emotional and political layers without overwhelming. The script is impactful and poetic in its restraint. Lines carry quiet power and foreshadowing that lingers long after. Directed by Ken Yamamoto at WIT Studio, with episode direction by Shinosuke To and art direction/character design contributions from Namiko Tori and the team, including chief animation directors like Sayuri Sakamoto. The visuals are stunning. Soft, melancholic colors and detailed backgrounds evoke a world waiting for spring. Fluid animation captures subtle expressions and body language. Stillness in reflective scenes amplifies emotion, while gentle movement brings flashbacks to life. Lighting shifts from cold blues to warmer hints, deepening the impact. The OST, by Kensuke Ushio, haunts as its own character. Subtle motifs and swelling emotion elevate the quiet moments. Silence speaks volumes. Standout voice acting includes Yuka Nuki as Hinajuku, whose timbre blends fragility with quiet resilience, and Yoshino Aoyama as Sakura, delivering intensity and tremor that embody her protective soul. This episode left a deep deep, lingering ache mixed with quiet wonder. I felt the heavy beauty of their bond, the sting of old losses, and sparks of hope in shared vulnerability. A pivotal embrace in the flashbacks feels like colliding destinies, a breaking point where pain begins to transform into something stronger. It connects to universal questions. Who walks beside you through your coldest seasons? What unspoken burdens have you carried together? The scars make the warmth feel earned. Some may find the slower, exposition-heavy pace and melodramatic elements challenging, especially with unresolved, bigger conflicts. Yet these feel like deliberate choices, mirroring the character's emotional thaw and making personal moments hit harder. The focus on intimacy rewards patience. Episode 5 succeeds as a heartfelt, introspective highlight, excelling in emotional depth, beautiful animation, and thematic resonance. Its minor pacing critiques for action fans are outweighed by its sincere exploration of connection and healing. So tell me, after tasting the cold ash of old memories on the wind, feeling the trembling warmth of a hand that refuses to let go, and hearing the silent promise of spring in two broken hearts walking together, can you really look away? The path to the village waits. Hinajuku and Sakura's story pulls at something deep inside, all of us who have loved fiercely through the longest winters. Watch Alone Together. In its quiet power, you might just find a piece of your own thawing heart.